With the demo for Rise out, there's a lot of new information about the game to go over, and I wanted to cover some of the new features, as well as give some helpful tips that might make your hunts all the easier. I'm not looking to take up much of your time, however, so let's get going. First off, we need to cover some of the important options before you even set off on a hunt. You can hide the targeting arrow here, and turn off your character's voice here. Set your radial menu to press R, otherwise you'll accidentally be using items. If you want, set your outline so you can see your hunter behind monsters and objects. I found type 3, given a yellow color, to be the most visible. You can also go into the camera settings and zoom out, which helps mitigate some of the more intense effects during a hunt. The radial menu offers more customization and lets you now set up multiple wheel loadouts and shortcuts. Also, the pause button returns. New in Rise are inflicting elemental blights on monsters. Hit a monster with enough elemental attacks from another monster during a Wyvern ride, or use tools during the hunt, such as a thunder beetle, and you can cause a monster to suffer various blights. Weapons are not confirmed and do not appear to inflict these blights. Thunder, fire, water, and ice all have effects on monsters as well as us now. Dragon Blight is not listed amongst these in the demo. Thunder Blight lets you inflict stun attacks that could KO monsters, like the Impact Mantle from World. Fire Blight deals damage over time and increases the likelihood that a monster will flinch. Water Blight will soften up a monster's parts, making it easier to damage, much like wounding in World. Ice Blight slows the monster down, but will not work on monsters that are already exhausted. You can now remove all blights from your hunter by rolling, or in the case of Water Blight, wire dashing repeatedly works as well. Ice Blight now reduces your wire bug recovery rate instead of affecting stamina. While not present in the demo, the muck status doesn't affect wire dashing. Potions work very differently in Rise than ever before. Now you heal about 50% of the potency immediately, and the remainder is gained during the rest of the animation. Or you can cancel out of it with a roll and end the gradual healing. As in every Monster Hunter game, you can remain still after being hit and getting knocked down, making you invulnerable during the time that you're on the ground. New, however, is now you can use the wire bug to help you evade while being hit or lying down with ZL+B. This also sheathes your weapon and makes it a lot easier to get away. Mounting is no longer a thing, now replaced by Wyvern riding. This means that any airborne attack will not contribute to Wyvern riding, so insect glaives still have quite a bit of value. While marking with the insect glaive, where you've marked now shows what color of essence you'll get, a returning feature from pre-world. Also new with the wire bug is the ability to use items midair. And if you decide to use bombs, be sure to dash away with B, or else you might get hit. You can also use throwing kunai midair, of which we now have an infinite amount and presumably can be combined with parashrooms and other materials to make extremely helpful tools, though this wasn't possible in the demo. You can aim and throw small barrel bombs by holding ZL and pressing Y. If you only played World, be prepared to monitor your stamina more. Your maximum stamina decreases at a much faster pace, and you will use a lot more than ever seen before when running up vines. You should know that if you run out of stamina while running up a vine, you won't fall or jump off anymore. Be sure to bring along stakes and rations, and use the endemic life as well. Speaking of running up vines, sometimes a great wire bug is more efficient than taking your Palamute. Great wire bugs are scattered throughout the areas, but not all jewel lilies contain a wire bug. You might need to bring one along with you from the village. When activating your Palamute's ride ability from the action bar, if you keep moving, your canine taxi will catch up to you, and you'll hop on automatically, no need to wait. While riding your Palamute, you can use various items like whetstones, potions, and even bombs. Pet your Palamute and Palico by telling them to wait, then interacting in a variety of different ways. Just don't forget to tell them it's okay to go afterwards. Your Palamute instinctively does not like felines. Monsters that you target via clicking the right analog will show where they are on the map, even if you haven't spotted them yet. Don't forget to pick up endemic life and use them. Some endemic life benefits come from just holding one in your pack, and others are interactable, such as Rock Lizard, which can drop ores and armor spheres. Be careful though, as duplicate endemic life you pick up won't stack and will take up multiple spaces. If you want to get rid of a helper, you can release it in the helper cage menu. Need to gather more buffs? You can find more spirit birds and sprigs around the map. You can use the wire bug while carrying an egg, but be careful of heights still. We've learned that armor will work the same as it did in World, as in there's no specific Blade Master or Gunner armor. Gathering is now instant across almost all nodes except eggs, and will gather the multiple materials. The bowguns have some interesting new features, but most importantly, light bowgun has clutch shots again. Bowguns get new piercing elemental ammo, and shrapnel ammo comes back from previous games. The bow gets exhaust coating again, however, it can now KO monsters. The HUD to the right of your ammo now helps remind you the limitations of each type for that specific gun. The footsteps tell you if the ammo can be fired while moving. The recycle icon signifies reloading while moving. The downward arrow, which none were highlighted in the demo, is auto reload, and the double arrow, exclusive to light bowgun, is rapid fire. The Shrine Ruins contain at least 2 camps, the second being right above Area 10. The area also has a number of shortcuts you can take to traverse the map. The first being to the left at the main camp, and the second being between 8 and 3, which the third is between 13 and 6. Changing equipment at base camp, although grayed out in the demo, is back from World. Shinies are easier to see and seem to last considerably longer than in previous generations. No confirmation yet if they disappear over time in the full game, so still be sure to pick them up. For what I've gathered from the demo, these are the top general tips and most requested info for new and returning hunters. I really hope you found this video helpful, and for more concise Monster Hunter information, including armor sets and tip videos in the future, I'm VT, and until next time, happy hunting.